The life of Tsunayoshi No Good Suna Sawada is a complete wreck. Terrible grades, horrible fitness, and a non-existent social life means he has no reason to attend school, especially after discovering that his crush, Kyoko Sasagawa, is already seeing someone. Unbeknownst to him, however, the blood of Jito, the great Vongola I, runs through his veins. Enter Home Tutor Reborn, an infant who claims to be the world's greatest hitman. Under orders from Vongola IX, Reborn has come to train Suna to become a worthy successor to the famous Vongola Familia name. Suna, however, refuses and claims that he will never become a mafia boss. How will the world's greatest hitman react to such opposition? Will he force Suna to adhere, or will he use this unwillingness to his advantage? This is a story of a reluctant successor as he takes on the responsibilities of becoming the underworld's next ruling mafia leader, with the help of his friends and a one-of-a-kind home tutor. Katekyo Hitman Reborn was published in English as Reborn by Viz Media under the Shonen Jump Advance imprint. 16 volumes were published from October 3rd, 2006 to July 6, 2010 before release was discontinued. It was also published in Brazilian Portuguese by Panini Comics / Planet Manga since February 2013. Not only that, Katekyo also had an anime, which ran from October 7, 2006 to September 25th, 2010. The manga, of course, ran for, well, they're wrong, because the manga ran for 409 chapters, but it's Mao. What do you expect? The manga, if you go to, here it is, Wikipedia, a good old friend. The manga ran from May 2004 to November 2012, with exactly 42 volumes, publishing in Weekly Shonen Jump. Now you're wondering, why am I deciding to review Reborn? And my answer is, hey guys, what is up? Today I'm here to do my first ever, which I am very excited about, review of the manga series going by the name of Katekyo Hitman Reborn. And like I stated, the series is almost about to hit a decade since it was last published back in November 2012. And of course, it would have been easier, yes, to review newer series that have came out within the past, 5-6 years. But personally, for me, Katekyo holds a special place in my heart. And I said I wanted to give this series a chance on the channel, I never got to review the series, obviously, because it ended 3 years before I started this channel. So almost 3 years since I started this channel, so there would have been no way for me to do it at that time. And I never really thought about it. But it's been a reoccurring thought for me for a little while. And I say, you know what? To heck with it. Just review it. It is finished. It'll be easy to catch up to all 409 chapters. I don't have to wait weekly for a new chapter to be published on a Monday. Okay, so you guys can get these upload review videos whenever. And yeah, that's basically the way I see it. I mean, like, if this is my favorite series, why not, go ahead, make a video, or 409 videos. This will be probably the second longest series on this channel, aside from Gintama, and see where it goes from there, right? And not only that, it's for all Katekyo Hitman Reborn fans. Like, you haven't seen someone reviewed or talked about this series for a long time, so might as well go do it, Not only for them, but also for myself. And Got it. I had to wear this every video. You're gonna see this ring. You gotta kiss the ring. Kiss the ring. All right. You gotta kiss the ring. All right. So, based on the first chapter, right, we are dealing with the daily life arc. So if you are new, just beware of it'll be spoilers to you if you're new and you never watched or read the manga. So if someone spoils you, I am so sorry, because people who have read the series years ago or went back to go read or watch the anime, they will talk about it in the comment section. I do feel sorry for you, so try your best to deter from anyone talking about this series. So based on the first chapter, which is starting the daily life arc, we have where our main protagonists are two protagonists of the series, protagonist and derogatists, Tsunayoshi Sawada, aka No Good Suna, aka Dame Suna in the Japanese anime. That's what he's called. And then we have our assassin, our baby assassin reborn, right? So we have where Suna is going about his life. You know, he's not good at anything. He's not good at academics. He's not good at sports. He's not good at anything. He is basically the equivalent to a loser. Not the type of main character you're thinking of. And you're going to see why he's not like many of the main protagonists in a lot of shonen series. He's not your typical. He's more relatable in a sense. Trust me, you'll see by the end of this chapter. Mind you, he is a 15-year-old, so yeah. So we have him going about his daily life. He has the girl of his dreams that he likes, but he can never tell her how he feels, by the name of Kyoko Sasagawa. You know, the pretty girl of the series, the one that the main MC somehow he ends up liking her, but she doesn't like him. She likes someone else. Mind you, she doesn't like anyone else, but you get what I mean. Then we have Reborn, who got a mission from the current Vongola boss, the 9th Vongola boss, to come to Japan and basically train the new upcoming boss of the Vongola family, our main MC, Suna, for one day when he can go and take over the entire organization. So when he goes there, he leaves a flyer for his mom to pick up saying, oh, there's a home tutor that's willing to, you know, help you with your schoolwork and everything, because you basically flunk in academics, and I don't even know how you got into middle school in the first place, but yeah, and he's willing to help regardless of your background and what you're doing. And all you see is this tiny baby coming into his room, and Suna's like, are you serious? You sure this is not a scam? How can a baby that looks no more than 1 year old teach me how to do math, English, all of the subjects? That is impossible. And then Reborn is like, I'm going to shape you up to become the next Vongola boss, while at the same time I'm going to teach you all about confidence, how to get the girl that you like, and also to just be less of a no good Suna. Now, hilarity, all the good stuff, all the comedy is happening in this chapter, because throughout the chapter, while Suna is trying to dissuade Reborn from teaching him, from him being his tutor, and from dissuading him saying, I don't want to be part of no mafia. I don't know where you came from with all these crazy thoughts, but please go back to where you came from. Reborn continuously beats the hell. He beats up Suna, and it reminds me, like, man, I haven't read the first chapter in a good bit. Like, we have like these two completely different characters. Like, Reborn is so sure in himself, like, despite him being a baby and despite all the comedy about it, because it's like you hear this baby speaking like a grown person coming to you saying, I'm going to train you to become the next mafia boss. Now, realistically wise, a 14-year-old, unless they grew up in that environment, would not want to join the mafia. Now, many people will be like, you know, you gotta suck it up. You know, you're the main MC. You have to do this. You have no choice. And I would have to say, you're wrong. He's 14. He does have a choice. But unfortunately, it comes to show that many of the people that was predecessors before him, or those who were more qualified to be the next bosses, the 10 bosses, they all died very vicious deaths. There's this one guy by the name of Enrico. He was shot during a feud. The next guy was Matsumo. He drowned. Like, what the hell? And then we have this next guy named Federico, who was... he had the worst death. This man was reduced to bone. This man must have drowned in acid. And the only person left, when you look down the family tree, the direct descendant of the first Vongola Jito, is Suna, a 14-year-old kid. Do you not know how terrifying that is? That a kid now has to step in where an adult should be. Everybody else had a vicious death. That is scary. So as the chapter goes on, we have where Reborn is like, do you have any regrets not telling the girl who you like how you feel? And, you know, Suna tries to push aside saying all that, saying, you know, it doesn't matter. She's not going to listen to me or anything of that sort. So it's like, so Reborn is saying, so do you want to die? Die. Are you willing to die? Do you have the will of death? And he's like, okay, so then die. He takes out a gun and shoots Suna in the dome. He shoots Suna in the dome. Like, I don't think anybody really truly remembers how ridiculous it was to continuously get shot. You know, to always get shot in the head, you know, will of dying. I think it was will of dying that he said. And then so Suna's like, I don't want to die. I need to tell Kyoko how I feel. So with that regret that he has, he is reborn. He is reborn. And while just in his underwear, he runs to Kyoko, acting, looking all crazy and everything. He has the dying will flame on his head. And he runs to find Kyoko to go tell her how he feels. And of course, she ends up screaming. And then most likely one of the students from the school saw it. So everybody in the school is making fun of him, calling him a pervert, underwear pervert. You try to tell Kyoko how you feeling and all that sort. So we have where one of the senpais or the upperclassmen in the school who likes Kyoko as well finds that to be like a threat, because he's trying to make her his girlfriend. So he challenges Suna because he's like, oh, you're a pervert, so in order to regain Kyoko's honor, I'm going to challenge you to a one kendo match. So we all know at the end of the day, Suna is not good at athletics. So for Mochida, this is an advantage to him, and he does do some dirty tactics. He was going to give Suna a heavy armor that takes 2 people to lift it up, and that even if Suna somehow miraculously landed a one hit on him, he would have never won. You know, so he was doing dirty tactics at the end of the day, and whoever wins the match, which what happened didn't happen, if it didn't happen, Mochida would have still won the match and so-called claim gain Kyoko as a trophy girlfriend. Yeah, this is why we don't see him after chapter 1 in episode 1, because he's a piece of... He is. So it goes on where, you know, Suna's trying to run away because that's in his character. He's not dealing with these problems. He doesn't want to have to face the guy that he knows is going to beat him up severely. So Reborn is like, so you're really going to run away? You're not going to go challenge this dude? So get shot one more time. He shoots him one more time in the forehead, and then Suna again says, I need to go fight him. I have regrets of not fighting this guy and claiming that I am the winner and telling Kyoko how I feel. So instead of the traditional kendo match, we have where Suna ballistically jumps on Mochida and starts ripping out his hair and calling all sorts of names, saying that he's got 1 point. And so he won the match, leaving Mochida very bald and scarred for life. And so the entire school erupts in cheers and they're happy. It's like, oh, Suna, you're actually pretty cool. And if it was me, I would be like, screw y'all. Y'all never liked me. You never mess with me heavy from day one. Always calling me no good Suna. But we know Suna is not that type of person, right? And then we have where Kyoko's like, the only reason why I screamed the first time was because I found you to look funny. You were running around in your underwear. You looked hilarious. I tried so hard not to laugh. So it ended on a good note for both of them. And Suna finally managed to talk to the girl of his dreams. The chapter ended where Suna is about to thank Reborn for helping him, talking to Kyoko, and eventually becoming her friend. Of course, Reborn booby-trapped his own room, causing the room to explode while he parachutes away. And poor Suna is left in the rubble. He's not dead. He's not dead. If he was, we wouldn't have 409 chapters, of course. But poor Suna is going to have to live his daily life being physically and mentally and emotionally tortured by Reborn in order to become the best boss there is. Of course, their relationship goes way beyond these very comedic episodes, but it gets a lot deeper than that. There's a lot of good moments between these two characters where they actually talk with each other. They kind of even argue with each other a little bit, question each other's motives. But aside from the daily life arc, we see as Reborn and Suna's relationship will continue to grow throughout the chapters. So, it's good to come back and reminisce on this first chapter. It's been a while since I actually read this chapter. I think I only read this chapter probably twice. This will be the third time. So it's good to see this chapter. It's good to see like all the funny stuff, especially with Mochida. Suna talking to the girl that will be reoccurring throughout the series, Kyoko. And it's good to just see where the story first started off, because you would never believe after seeing chapter 1 of Katekyo Hitman Reborn to see where it ends off. Like, whoa, I'm looking at a whole different series. And you kind of are, because after this, we don't get these very lighthearted, funny moments. Like, I mean, yes, they happen in between, but not for like an entire arc. It's just spread out in between moments, different chapters, different arcs. It's just spread out through the entire manga. So while we're at it, let's just enjoy the daily life arc, because after this arc, it gets pretty serious and it gets a lot more cooler. So that being said, guys, do tell me on how you felt about this first chapter review of Katekyo Hitman Reborn chapter 1. If you never read the series or never watched the series, do tell me, do you plan to? Did I convince you enough to go and want to check this series out? For those who are longtime fans, how do you feel about this video? How do you feel going back to a series you once loved or still love to this day? Or are you planning to go rewatch or reread this beloved series? The links are in the description box, so you guys can go check that out. And I'm Kimmy-chan of Anime Legends, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Peace, or wait, no. Ciao. Yeah, let's end it off on that. Ciao. For just this series, ciao. Yeah, I like that. With